special Crystal Cruises webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an industry relations specialist here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. This webinar will run about 55 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the chat module of the webinar, and we'll get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Carmen Roig. Carmen has more than 30 years of cruise industry business development and sales experience. She joined the Crystal executive team as Senior Vice President of Marketing and Sales in 2015 and has applied her expertise to the launch of several new Crystal vessels, helping to introduce Crystal River Cruises and Crystal Yacht and Expedition Cruises to the luxury market. Fueled by an energetic passion for travel and a genuine enthusiasm for teamwork, Carmen has earned a reputation as an admired leader and continues to guide her team through Crystal's unprecedented brand expansion. With that, take it away, Carmen.
Well, thank you so much, Anna. Greatly appreciate that introduction, and greetings, our CLIA travel advisors. This is fabulous to have this opportunity as we kicked off 2019 to introduce you to the new Crystal brand campaign. But more importantly, for those of you who have not sailed on Crystal, sold Crystal, really allow you to get an understanding of what it is that makes us such a unique brand. And I'm very passionate about the industry we're in. I like to say it's the happiness business, as everybody knows. And at the end of the day, it'll be 38 years next Wednesday, actually tomorrow. I'll be 38 years in this wonderful industry. And as such, I always like to share that passion because I truly believe that what we do transforms lives. And it does because we are being charged with the ability to control, understand, share our passions with our prospects, our clients that you entrust to be our guest, and really make some of these vacation dreams come true. And by being able to do that is really understanding that there is a brand for every guest. There's an experience out there. And those of you who might not have known the Crystal brand, the reality is it will be celebrating our 29th anniversary this July, and it is no longer just a two-ship fleet with just ocean-going cruise lines. I mean, it is now more than just ocean going. So our agenda is really simple. There'll be a webinar raffle always that we do at the end. So I know Anna will help me with that. By the way, there's a wonderful QA section. So if there's any questions, I will take those at the end. I want this to be as interactive as possible, considering we're doing a webinar and you're not seeing me live in the beautiful port of Miami, cruise capital of the world. We're going to go through some of the voting opportunities and some of the accolades. Why do I do those and why do I talk about the awards we've won? I think it's critical as a third-party endorsement for you to sell the Crystal brand, sell the one trusted brand with a portfolio of many experiences. No other supplier that visits you can say what we say, and I want to make sure that we align it and make your job much easier. I'll talk about what true luxury is. So we talk about the word luxury. It's probably the most overstated word in the industry, or probably in the vocabulary when it comes to travel. So I really just want to define what true luxury is, but more importantly, how we deliver luxury at Crystal, which is very different, which will lead me straight into the new brand campaign that we just launched literally 2 weeks ago at the beginning of January. And the beauty of the new brand campaign, and we partnered with a wonderful agency in New York City, MRM McCann, who's actually worked on our new website, but they also worked on this brand campaign. So I'll be really sharing with you some of the feedback, insights that got us to the new campaign. And I think it's going to be really important for you to hear and listen to it, because it's a lot of focus and a lot of feedback from what we call focus groups. So I think it'll be really good to share some of it with you, right? So we're going to look at the brand campaign and how we got to it, and really have some really good takeaways from you. So hopefully you'll have some really good note opportunities. Then we'll talk about Crystal hallmarks. Well, it is that makes Crystal so unique, our pillars that have always been at the core of our brand. And we'll talk about the 5 C's. So we'll talk about, the category, the culture, the consumer, the connections, and the company. And at the center, it's Crystal's truth. Then we'll talk about Crystal Endeavor update, because I cannot believe in 2020 we will have the gorgeous Crystal Endeavor, and we're entering the expedition market. So I know expedition is fast and furiously growing. And then, of course, the most important thing is giving you selling tools and promotional opportunities. So that's it in a nutshell. So one lucky webinar attendee will be awarded a $250 gift card at the end of this presentation. So stick with me and we'll be able to take all of your questions as well. So when we talk about voting opportunities, I always, first of all, I'm humbled by the many awards we've received. Okay, Crystal Cruises has been voted a world's best by the readers of Travel and Leisure for 23 years. And our 2018 win in Condé Nast Travel Readers' Choice Awards as Best Medium-Sized Cruise Line marks a record-breaking 25th year of recognition. There's no other cruise line that can come close to this incredible feat. So I always start with this because if you've not sold Crystal, if you're not familiar with our brand, and you have a prospect, a consumer, a client that comes in and you want to sell it, these are third-party endorsements. I can talk about it. And by the way, these are awards that we're winning, the world's most awarded luxury cruise line with the current hardware. So I think it's really important to understand that because everybody touts the newest ships, right? Everybody has brand new ships, and that's really wonderful. But at the end of the day, we're winning these awards with our current fleet. So it really begs the question. It's not about the hardware, it's the software. And that's what's at the heart of the Crystal experience. And in our brand, it's how we execute and deliver on board. So that software is what other cruise lines call crew. We call them our onboard family. And it is they who welcome your clients that you entrust to be our guests on board, welcoming them back home and create a community that is very unique to only Crystal. So for the first time, all Crystal ships have been nominated in the Travel and Leisure World's Best Awards. So I've had Crystal Serenity, Crystal Symphony, the Crystal Bach, the Debussy, the Mahler, the Ravel, and the Mozart, as well as the Crystal Esprit. So Crystal has been recognized by these travel savvy readers for 23 years, and we're asking for your help to really keep us on top. So if you look at the casting your vote, we're in the middle of it now, 2019 Travel and Leisure's World's Best Awards. They end March 4th. So I humbly ask for your support because, again, all categories, every one of our ships in our portfolio for the first time ever has been nominated. So really appreciate that. And of course, we're also in the Luxury Travel Advisors Awards of Excellence. So we're up for Best Cruise Line for Luxury Ocean as well as Luxury River Cruise. That voting is through March 29th. Very important. Again, all these accolades, all of these awards, whether it's the cruise critic editor's picks for the second consecutive year. Crystal River Cruises has been awarded Best Dining. There's a lot of wonderful third-party endorsements that you can use in this selling process. And with that, that's the only commercial I'm doing. The rest will really be what is true luxury. And I want to talk about, the category, the meaning of luxury in cruising is in flux. Okay, everybody uses this word luxury. It is the most overused word in the business. So I ask you, how would you define true luxury? And if we look at the evolution of the category, not just in cruising, but we're just going to focus on cruising, but in hospitality, we looked at the many ways luxury cruising has changed and is continuing to evolve. So I think it's very, very important to understand what is luxury today in today's cruise market, right? Luxury, again, one of the most overused words in the business, and it's become the new marketing buzzword. Mainstream lines, so are your contemporary lines and your premium lines, have done a really great job of illustrating the value versus price proposition to you, our travel partners and advisories. But luxury operators in the luxury space have been really touting value as a hallmark for decades. But we've been doing so without scale because we don't have the deep marketing pockets that some of the bigger brands do. But what I will tell you, this is really where it's important for you to understand that you're already selling luxury. I'm just going to show you how. But here's the exciting times for the luxury cruising industry, okay, the category. Luxury travel is growing 33% faster than any other travel category. Now, this is very important for you because you want a piece of that luxury pie. So again, all of these facts and figures come from the surveys, the focus groups, the data, the analytics that we obtain to launch our new brand campaign. So the travel trends from outside the cruise category are energizing the evolution of luxury cruising. So they're looking for what is it that these luxury affluent customers are looking for, these prospects. They're looking for immersive travel, curated journeys, adventures, theme trips. Destination continues to be the number one reason people still go on vacation and travel. They want to immerse themselves in culture. So destination offers one of a kind experiences. More and more, the limit is only the traveler's imagination. So for you, as a specialist and travel advisor, you need to know how you really recommend a brand. So what is it? And I mean, look at this. Is it wellness? Everybody's using luxury. So I want you to know that you are already selling crystals. So if you are selling any of these cruise lines successfully, and by the way, they have done so, these, if you look at some of these contemporary brands and premium brands, they have already been increasing their per diems because a lot of them already have suite categories. So if you are selling any of these brands, if you see in their suite category, so I wanted to be apples to apples comparison, okay, you're already easily selling our crystal brand. So I've just asked our marketing team, and we refresh this every time we do a webinar or a presentation, because we want to be accurate. We want to know what the per person per day rates are, what the price per persons are. And we look at the number of days, and we're looking at the same thing. So I'm literally looking at a Caribbean voyage on the Crystal Symphony, 403 square feet for a penthouse with veranda for a 7-day. And you're looking at the per person price at $603 versus, and remember, we're all inclusive. So I always like to say, not all inclusions are created equally, right? So it's really to able to understand that the amenities that we offer as a luxury brand is very, very different. It's not just about quantity, it's about quality. And then if I take you into the river arena, okay? So remember, it is a one trusted brand with a portfolio of brand experiences. So our beautiful ocean ships, Symphony and Serenity, and our Crystal River Cruises brand portfolio that has 5 incredible ships. One is the Mozart and the 4 Rhine class. So we wanted to be able to really put the Mozart up. But she's a one of a kind ship. But if you're looking at the per diems per person per day and what it is on that Danube voyage in August compared to other brands, what is the price per person? What are the per diems per day? And then we're going to talk about the unique selling proposition and differentiators that make Crystal River Cruise so very unique. So you are already selling these brand experiences. So I just want you not to be afraid of selling luxury or selling crystal. You're doing it already, both on Ocean River and even in Yacht when we talk about it. But more importantly, why sell this one trusted brand? It's because we're the only supplier that can provide you ocean, river, yacht, expedition, and even air. But even more important, at the center of our 5 C's is what's called Crystal's truth. So the category of luxury is in flux. Our culture, luxury travel is the expression of a life that's loved and lived. Our consumer, it's the ultimate purpose of their journey is to travel. That's what they want to do. That's the ultimate purpose for them is to travel and connections. It's really the story that sparks the journey and then the company. The company is the leader, or the leader is the company that creates the dream. And that's at the core of Crystal's truth, is creating the dream. And that's what we charged our agency. We wanted a brand campaign that differentiated us. I wanted something that was absolutely different. So we're pleased to kick off a new branding campaign and help you, our valued travel partners and advisors, distinguish how Crystal defines luxury and why we do it differently. So before we show the ads and the campaign, I will tell you that we had 5 different campaigns that we could pick from. We chose Crystal, where luxury is personal, because it resonated in the focus groups, not just with affluent prospects that have never cruised before but had the means to do so, but also with our society members and with you, our travel partners, which is our biggest distribution channel. So where luxury is personal is the campaign, and then it has lots of legs from an advisory perspective, but also from a consumer perspective. So it becomes where we weave stories. And let me tell you, it was really about doing extraordinary experiences, which is our Crystal guest stories, with extraordinary people, which is, by the way, our Crystal onboard family cruise stories. When you marry the two, it creates a campaign like no other. And when I show you the first ad, all I said to the ad agency is that this campaign has to pull at the heartstrings. You know, consumers are very much in tune with something that speaks to them. So we asked and charged, okay, so on the left, you have a trade campaign. So trade on left with call to partner resource center. So that's your call to action. And on the right is a consumer facing example of our new brand campaign. And I'll read them both, even though it's really pretty small lettering. I will read through it so that you know it. But first, what I want you to think about as I read through the brand campaign is, you know, the manifesto. We can't just come up to set Crystal apart from the competition. We had to create a campaign that had a manifesto and that really shared with everybody what it is that's so very different about us. So everything that we do with the campaign will have to live and breathe the importance of the campaign's luxury manifesto. So I'm going to read it to you very quickly so that you know where we're coming from. Luxury should be whatever you want it to be. It should put you perfectly at ease. It should feel effortless and relaxed. It should certainly never feel fussy, judgmental, or pompous. Luxury should know who you are and what you want, whether that's truffle sauce, béarnaise sauce, or tomato sauce. Luxury is defined by what you want, not by what anyone might think you want. Luxury is personal. And when I pause and say luxury is personal, we take into effect in this new brand campaign what it is that our guests want when they go on board. What makes Crystal so unique? So on the left, when you look at the trade ad, it says, the guide got to know us. My son got to know all about the Qin dynasty. And me, well, I got to know my son. And it's the possibilities, obviously, presented through or curated through a travel advisor. And it'll always say Crystal or luxury is personal. So that's a trade ad. On the right, you have the consumer one. So this says, we normally only talk over the phone. Last night, we talked over sushi at Umiuma by Nobu. Today, we didn't need to talk at all. A Crystal experience in the Caribbean. Crystal, where luxury is personal. Again, we've charged them to ensure that all of these campaigns pull at the heartstrings, talk about the 5 pillars, and talk about what the world of Crystal is all about. Whichever experience your clients choose, they're guaranteed a Crystal experience, whether it's Crystal Cruises, Crystal River Cruises, Crystal Yacht Cruises, Crystal Expedition Cruises, Crystal Air Cruises, Crystal Luxury Air, or I'm very excited about Crystal Diamond class, which is the next evolution of our ocean-going vessels, new build. So we're very, very excited about what all of this represents to you. So if you haven't, booked a Crystal experience, you haven't sold a Crystal experience, we look at this manifesto that I just read to you, the taglines, the brand guidelines. We make sure that we bring it all together so it is really very, very easy for you to recommend. So we look at what is it about traveling, luxury travel. How do we make sure that when we are curating a brand experience, again, in a category that's in flux, that we emerge as the leader in luxury by exploring the dimensions of what our pillars are, but what our guests want, which is time, space, discovery, and choice through the lens of a luxury traveler. So we're going to talk about all of that. But you can literally blindfold yourself and put yourself on any one of these Crystal's experiences, and it is the same. Because again, luxury travel is an expression of a life that's loved and lived. And we want to show you that our brand is not only loved and lived, but it's loved through how it looks, feels, and speaks to our consumer, but through customer touch points. That's how it's lived. So we want to talk about each of these phases. So we're going to start with what it is that makes Crystal. It's really at the heart of Crystal is our service. No one can replicate it because it is so incredibly, I guess if you think about your client's experience, it starts with service, and it's at the heart of our brand. It's the essence of what lies within our people. We have Crystal training, which is called 6-Star Basics. And there's a mantra on board. And by the way, we hire for attitude and train for skill. I can always train a skill, but I can't train an attitude. Either you have the attitude that allows you to be part of the Crystal family, and that's why we have such great success, because you're either someone who serves a Crystal guest or someone who serves somebody who serves a Crystal guest. But attitude and heart and service is at the core. So our onboard family our crew, are chosen for their warm personalities, unparalleled expertise. So whether you're traveling by ocean, river, yacht, or expedition, they're going to be welcomed into a community, which is the Crystal family. When I talk about service highlights, it really starts from the moment your clients connect with us through you, our travel advisors and travel partners. That's why it's so important to become a specialist in selling the brand experiences, because you are, by the way, the research showed as we were preparing the brand campaign, many affluent prospects, clients, customers, whatever you want to call them, they will do research online. So yes, they're going to Google it all and go to all these websites and get all this information. But an affluent customer comes to you, the travel expert, professional, advisor, specialist, to sell it. These are high ticket items, and they have to have, like they have us as a trusted brand, they need you as a trusted advisor to make sure you're making the right recommendations and know where they're going. So very important that it starts from the moment the client connects with you, and they connect with you to connect through us. Service is at the core of our experience. We support industry leading staff to guest ratios. And more than that, it's a family atmosphere. They're being welcomed home. Your clients are called by name. And by the way, we remember their preferences. Every time they cruise on Crystal, there's a guest intimacy portfolio. I mean, when you look at check-in, it starts from the moment they step on board. They're greeted with a glass of champagne, and it continues throughout with the delivery of their luggage to their stateroom or suite, and they're in a haven of relaxation. Twice daily housekeeping with nightly turn down service where your attendant remembers really your personal preferences. Because again, Crystal, luxury is personal. And the luxury of a personal attendant in your suite, whichever experience you choose, we have butler service in every suite. And then we talk about space. So I want to talk about what I call enclaves of elegance, because when you look at our ships, and we're going to talk with just Ocean, just to start, okay? Because obviously, a Crystal Penthouse Suite on Ocean, the Crystal CP category, an amazing, amazing experience. On Ocean Voyages, the Crystal Penthouse with the veranda is the most spacious suite accommodation. That's 1,345 square feet with the veranda. It has a master bedroom, a personal butler, offering the true luxury of space. And by the way, space is huge. And when you talk about Crystal space, it's really important. So when you look at our ocean going vessels, you know, whether it's the Symphony or the Serenity, Symphony with 848 guests, you know, it's you look at the ratio per guest staff ratio, okay, and per guest space ratio, like nothing else. These are big ships, but with the luxury small ship fee. So you have 848 guests, a total crew onboard family of 566, representing 45 countries. I mean, that's incredible. And when you're looking at this incredible length and width, it's a big, big ship offering you what I like to call a small luxury feel, but we have the space on board, not just for these incredible acclaimed staterooms. So for instance, our Seabreeze Penthouse Suite, which are new, we featured these on the Crystal Symphony's Reimagination in 17. We just redid it on the Serenity in 2018. And these are suites that are slightly larger than our Penthouse Suite and offers a master bedroom and personal butler. But a lot of these Seabreeze suites also have connecting rooms, which are great for families. Then you've got our deluxe stateroom, and you'll see it in the Symphony, what the categories are, square footage, and on the Serenity, which is really important. When you look at both these ships, again, when you look at Symphony, it's 848 guests with 566 crew members. On the Serenity, it's 980 guests after it did its reimagination, okay? And then you're looking at 655 crew. Again, 45 countries represented. Space is huge. When you look at the tonnage of the ships, lots of space to be able to not just have beautiful accommodations, but also the entertainment and enrichment, which is huge, huge, huge on all of our brand experiences with it, which is ocean or river. So on our river, if you look at the beautiful Mozart and the Rhine class, so we have two different. We do have obviously a Crystal Suite on river on both of these, and I love the Mozart having it cruise both the Rhine class, and look at the square footage. It is very, very, very spacious. And again, we look at featuring expansive suites, but they're the largest on the river with walk-in closets and butler service in every single suite category. So it doesn't matter what category you're in, you're going to have butler service, okay? And the butler service is allowing guests to immerse themselves in the picturesque riverside views wherever they are. Absolutely gorgeous views, and that's one of the Rebelle Absolutely beautiful and beautifully appointed, very modern. And if you haven't had our selling guides, we'll show them to you. And then when we're on the Esprit, this little yacht, it's amazing. I'll tell you, as freezing cold as it is in the Northeast, now is the time to recommend a West Indies voyage on the Crystal Esprit. It is only here. It's the last season that the Esprit is doing in the West Indies out of St. Martin round trip, 7-night voyages, absolutely gorgeous. 31 suites, 62 guests. This happens to be a perfect ship as river for our charter. So the Esprit, it is yachting, not cruising. So it's a little different. You don't have the private verandas. There's no balconies here because the ship is your private yacht. So you can just go upstairs and truly enjoy all that this features, okay? You enjoy the luxuries of attentive staff, butler service in every suite, and they're there again to ensure that every detail, large and small, is delivered seamlessly. So the Esprit is our #1 rated ship in the fleet, and I understand that the culinary on board that beautiful yacht is unparalleled. I've had folks who have sailed, some of your colleagues that have said that the culinary on board our Esprit is a work of art. That's why her service ratings have been through the roof, #1 rated ship in our fleet. So it makes us very, very proud. Then I want to talk about, space, expansive and beautifully appointed, right? Large ship feel with a luxury delivery. Each Crystal ship features expansive personal and public spaces with a range of activities for each of our guests. And let me tell you, this is critical to a luxury consumer. Space. Why? Because so we looked at this lens, okay, of luxury through a very different way of looking at it, okay? And so we're going to go through these categories, but space happens to be very, very important. We, as human beings, have a deep emotional and psychological connection to spaces. So space, light, aesthetics, they're all important to human personality, okay, and performance. So when traveling, having personal space allows us to disconnect and relax. And the vistas we discover open our hearts and our minds. So all of the research shows that beautiful spaces are in and themselves a profound inspiration for luxury travel. And those spaces reflect the beauty inside us. So we take this very seriously at Crystal because each space is a work of beauty, allowing our guests to choose their experience, find camaraderie with like-minded travelers over drinks in the saloon, Avenue Saloon, my favorite, or sunset walk on our 360-degree promenade deck. Talk about luxury. Who has ships now that have these kind of promenade decks? It's like from the bygone days, right? At Crystal, the choice is yours. They get to choose. And we highlight some of my, I think, favorite experiences. So obviously we have great venues for fitness and it is beyond belief. So whether it's our Crystal Spa and Salon, whether it is Techno Gym on board, whether it's having Pilates classes, yoga classes, strength training, tour to spin in our indoor cycling. And of course this teak promenade deck is spectacular, 360 degrees for walks, jogs, and just beautiful, just sweeping oceans. You don't get that anymore. The Palm Court is spectacular. This is the social hub of our ships, no doubt about it. And we just redid the beautiful Serenity, which is there. Really wonderful. It needed it. So it's featured on all Crystal experiences. We have a Palm Court in every one of our experiences, which is ocean, river, or expedition and yacht. You enjoy lectures by day, dancing at night, and really just moments of peaceful quiet. They can have that there. You can savor the refined elegance of that most proper of traditions, which we do, which is afternoon tea. Listen, our incredible enrichment and entertainment programs, why we're able to do it is really simple. We're able to do it because guess what? And we're going to talk about entertainment is because we have larger ships to do it. Fitness is really important. So our Crystal Life Spa, it's in accordance with the principles of ancient practices of balance and harmony. Award-winning spa embodies a tranquil environment. So great spa treatments. And again, we have it on ocean, river, yacht, and on our expedition vessels as well. So fitness is very important. It's an active lifestyle. Pools, you might not think that's a big deal. Guess what? It truly is. Guests can take a moment really to recharge, whether they're on the ocean, the yacht, surrounded by beautiful decking and the beautiful furniture. It's just a gorgeous area to become comfortable. And it is also featured, again, ocean, river, and yacht. And the indoor pools are amazing. And then Crystal Life Spa. Very, very important. We find that this enrichment, this is part of what our guests really look for and are looking for spa opportunities. It's about wellness. It's about, I always tell folks, it's not about threat count, but what counts. And it's experiences and memories. And this is like we don't call it bucket list here, we call it life list, right? Our guests go through a certain phase, right? So we go through dreaming, planning, booking, experiencing, and basking. And basking is my favorite. When they've experienced, once they've immersed themselves, they're enjoying learning, taking pictures, going on all sorts of incredible excursions, and they're already imagining their next cruise. So when they're in their basking moment, they're reliving the memories of a lifetime that we've been able to execute. Now, entertainment is very unique because I'll tell you, the space ratio is what allows us to have really the fact that our entertainment and enrichment is award winning. There is nothing like Crystal Entertainment because your guests really can choose. There's something for everyone on Crystal. So they can choose from bars and lounges like our Crystal Cove on Ocean and Yacht, or even our production shows. So we're going to talk about, our incredible we have an amazing, amazing partnership with Kevin McCullough with Crystal on Broadway. And I'll tell you, Crystal on Broadway has been very successful, and I just got to experience it. But enrichment is also big for us. So when we talk about entertainment for a second, it's spectacular production shows featuring our Crystal Ensemble singers and dancers. So these are not track. So it's not somebody up there playing, pre-recorded track music. This is actual ensembles and singers and dancers, okay? From the entertainment perspective and enrichment, we still have our exclusive Magic Castle at Sea performances and illusions. That's a partnership in LA with Magic Castle. And I was on my personal vacation on Serenity for 16 days with my family, and we got to see the Magic Castle performance, and it was mind-boggling. Till this day, I still don't know how he did it, but he did it. When we talk about entertainment, ballroom dancing, think about it, intimate piano performances as well in Avenue Saloon, ballroom dancing throughout the ship each night. We still have ambassador hosts. They're on hand, host and hostess, to dance, to be dance partners with our guests, our solo guest, or any guest for that matter. Even I've danced. And we have instruction as well. So, by the way, from an enrichment perspective, we have these incredible enrichment experiences of discovery theme cruises, which feature specialized programming and subject matter experts. So, I mean, trust me when I tell you, it is beyond belief when we do enrichment. And of course, on Crystal Ocean, we allow guests to pursue interest in the Creative Learning Institute, which is our university at fee. So we feature Crystal Visions lecture series and much more. So we have voyage-specific enrichment programs that are added to our website. But when you talk about the Discovery Theme Cruises at Subject Matter Expert. Crystal Vision Enrichment Series is leading renowned speakers, diplomats, authors, and celebrities and athletes, so they come on board. And then the Computer University at Sea are classes and technology concierge for the latest gadgets and devices. So folks come on board and really learn how to use their Apple iPad, their watch, their phone. You'd be surprised. And of course, we continue our partnership with the USC School of Cinematic Arts, and that's for digital filmmaking classes. Can you imagine that? And then what's a cruise if it's not culinary, right? I was talking earlier to Anna and Kelsey, my incredible marketing guru, with our webinars about I'm in love with our salt sticks. Who doesn't go on a cruise to enjoy the incredible culinary? And yes, our salt sticks are one of a kind, and that's probably why I've gained the extra 12 pounds for my cruise that I haven't been able to get rid of yet, but it's almost there. At Crystal, there's a passion for authenticity, and it's combined with a dash of daring. So we have innovative trends, right? So we have our regular culinary, traditional fare that our Crystal guests love, and then we also have, this innovative spark, right? So we have really, it's the result of it, if you think about it, because we look at what's trending on the global food stage, and we have a lot of, expert, and we have, executive chefs that come on and some guest chefs that come on to really share it. Of course, we're the only seagoing still Nobu restaurant, right? So the result is really nothing short of extraordinary. When you talk about the delectable discoveries, it's, they're set, when you think about this life-enhancing culinary experience, it's on par with the worldly travelers. Where are you traveling in the world? It's beautifully set tables, amplified by continuous pours of the finest wines. I talked about not all inclusions are the same. Trust me when I tell you. premium spirits, the camaraderie and conversation that transcends to new heights when you're on an experience, making memories where you're not being presented a bill at the end of every meal for your wine or when you're buying somebody a drink. That's the beauty of all inclusive. It's in there, right? We feature this crystal experience. It's open sitting now in all venues across all brand experience, ocean, yacht, river, and expedition. Open sitting no longer. You can sit with whom you want, whenever you want. And when you think of up to 10 dining venues on our ocean ships, including 24-hour room service, it is really amazing. So we rebranded the waterside. Everybody used to call it the Crystal Dining Room. That didn't do it justice. It is not a dining room. It is a restaurant. It's featured on all river experiences and newly added to Symphony and Serenity. So your clients can dine at their leisure on extraordinary fare for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's an amazing, spacious ambiance, elegant open seating. It's our main restaurant featuring intimate tables for 2, 4, and more. And I'll tell you, they did an amazing job because it used to be a little loud in there. Now they've just toned it down. Again, we continue this incredible relationship that we have with Nobu. We're the only ocean-going Nobu partnership. It's Umi Uba by Nobu and Sushi Bar. It's only for dinner. Reservations are required. It's an incredible Japanese Peruvian fusion menu available on Ocean, and we will have it on the Endeavor as well. By the way, we include one complimentary evening per 7-night voyage because we also have, Prego, our Italian experience. But we also have for charge vintage rooms. So if anybody ever wants to do a private wine dinner, it accommodates up to 12. It's on Ocean, and we actually have it on River as well for wine lunches and wine dinners. And it's in euros, and we have it $250 per guest, $250. And I'll tell you, on Mozart, it accommodates 12 because it's a little bigger, and on the wine class, it's 10. This is a one-of-a-kind experience. We're all-inclusive, so if you ever have a shipboard credit amenity and you want to spend it on your clients, I would definitely do this vintage room experience because it's really created by, it's one of a kind. It's a culinary, I can't even begin to tell you because it features the dinner. It's kind of curated by the regions of where we are in the world, and the menus are crafted to showcase the wine pairings with the food, and it is a culinary masterpiece. It's about a 3-hour experience. So trust me when I tell you, it is well worth it. And when we look at it, oh my God, think about it. Luxury travel is the expression of a life that's loved and lived. I've talked about it. Think about the affluent customer. They have time, money, and experience. So they may be new to Crystal or even the luxury class, but they're not neophytes, folks. They're older, less likely to be working. Even though we have a lot of what I call the working affluent, they have time to spend. But affluence is not what's sending these luxury consumers apart. So for us, as you know, our incredible pillars are service. We talked about everything is taken care of. Space, it's all the room in the world. Quality, it's the finest of everything. Choice, it's the limitless options are the only options that we give our guests. And then a world of discovery, which is destination, where they can find themselves across the globe, anywhere in the world you want to be. Really important. Destination is still the #1 reason people travel. So our destination highlights are easy. We've taken your feedback. We used to have longer duration. We still have world cruises, by the way, full world cruises. The Serenity's on it right now. But we also have 7 to 57-day voyages. So you can even put these 7-day voyages back to back, created these incredible curated back-to-back voyages and not repeat a port, which is really pretty spectacular. So when you look at the world of Crystal, it's how we curate this collection. It's award-winning experiences appealing to passions of well-traveled guests. So wherever it is that their wanderlust takes them, we can combine the love of travel with a myriad of subjects that pique your client's interest. So when we talk about the exotics, so we're going to talk about some of these incredible destinations. South America and Australia, we still have space available. 16 days. Look at these prices. I mean, it's just, I hate putting prices because it drives me crazy, the value on this. By the way, when we talk about luxury, I want you not to sell from your pocketbook because look at these fares. I started the webinar sharing with you some of these price comparisons to other brands. So let me just tell you, even in suite categories, I have been in some premium brands and some contemporary brands. Have you ever had that, there's a reason why they kind of slide that bill under your door the night before while you're sleeping? Oh my God, buyer's remorse. Do you know that a 10-night package of wine doesn't last for a 7-night cruise? You have to have about 2 of those. And if you have children, Lord forbid that I get a soda package for them. And by the way, how about water package? Do you know how much that costs? All of this costs and it adds up. So when you look at these price points and you realize the value of a crystal cruise, it is beyond belief. So here's some Alaska voyages. We're back in Alaska this summer. So additional voyages. I am just highlighting and featuring some of my favorites that have price points that hopefully will blow you away. So that 11-day Alaska voyage, Anchorage to Vancouver on the Symphony, $38.90 per person. This is all inclusive, folks. So think about all the incredible amenities and the quality of these inclusions. If you want to look at Europe, Northern Europe and Med this summer, a great voyage on Serenity for 12 days on July 17th, Stockholm to Amsterdam from just $51.30. Then we have the round trip Crystal Serenity August 31st. This is a voyage that I will be on hosting a group, by the way. This price, there must be a typo. But then I have my 7-day Barcelona to Rome, October 3rd, from just under $2,000 per person, folks. This is crystal luxury. And August 31st, I will be there. So hopefully you can join me. I think it would be absolutely fabulous. Then we move to river. Again, when we talk about the Danube, and I'll talk about some of our Crystal River unique. Again, we have selling guides for all of us. Cruise to Success. It's a guide to selling Crystal River cruises. And I believe it's where true luxury meets Europe's greatest rivers. Some of the unique selling propositions that you might not have known. Crystal River Cruises Rhine class vessels are the only river ships with all balcony, all suite accommodations above the waterline. So that's the Ravel that I'm showing you right there, round trip Vienna. Crystal River Cruises is the only river cruise line to include European butler service for every room category. The Crystal Mozart, right there, round trip Vienna. Look at that, 10 days. The Mozart is the widest river ship in all of Europe currently, with the only true full-service spa facility. By the way, you have complimentary invitation to 9 at world-renowned restaurants ashore. We have over 225 shore excursions on the river in the categories. There are 5 categories. And by the way, one of these your clients must like, whether it's tantalizing gastronomy, exhilarating adventures, cultural discoveries, personal connections, or even if that's not enough, of the 225, we have a design your own time. So it is a diverse array of choices that allow your clients to really choose whether it's the intimacy of small groups when they're going ashore or if they just want to have their own private excursions, they can do that. And also, did you know that Crystal River Cruises allows your clients to pre-select their shore excursions starting as early as 9 months before sailing, and they can do it through PCPC. Then I want to move to our yacht because I think it is absolutely phenomenal. I talked about the yacht being, now here in our backyard, these West Indies voyages, 7 days round trip, St. Martin. And the river and the yacht is truly all inclusive. So they also include all your Shorex, so everything is included. Whereas on ocean, we do not include Shorex or our land programming. That's an added cost because we survey our society members every year and they tell us we don't want you to add Shorex because a lot of our guests like to do their own private excursions or a car and driver. So we haven't added it on. But when you look at this, remember, it's yachting, not cruising, 31 suites, 62 guests. It's a yachting lifestyle, luxuriously modern and tastefully nautical. 31 butler service suites aboard the Crystal Esprit. Really, it evokes a welcoming ambiance of a private seaside home. So look at these voyages in March 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, March 31st, and April 7th. All of these voyages under $5,000, all inclusive. So I got to tell you, when I say all inclusive, all suite accommodations, butler service for all, 5 dining options, including 24-hour room service, all beverages and gratuities included, fitness center, outdoor yoga, a selection of complimentary Shorex, complimentary water toys like snorkeling, kayaking, paddleboarding, and jet skiing. And then there's an optional state-of-the-art water toy, which is our, if you think about our submersible, that's optional. So incredible. And then I want to talk about our experience of discovery. So, destinations are really, really important. One of the things, we talked about time, discovery. So research shows that those who spend money to do things are happier than those who spend money on things. So think about it. It's not thread count, but what counts. This research shows those who spend money to do things, those lifeless activities, are happier than those who spend money on things. Novelty makes us both more relaxed and more creative. How better to experience novelty than to travel to an exciting, exotic, or just a new place? It's the ultimate luxury to take a lifetime of working hard on learning and mastering and turn all that outward to embrace the astonishing wonder of the world. So when we have experiences of discovery and our highlights, we want our guests to combine the love of travel with a myriad of subject matters that pique their interest. So we align, some of these. So Crystal on Broadway, they're dedicated performances and informative lectures from cast members from a Broadway's premier shows. So this is a partnership with multi-Tony Award winning Broadway producer Kevin McCullum, and we're pleased to invite select cast members and talents from some of these Broadway premiere shows on board Crystal, and our guests will enjoy dedicated performances and informative lectures. I was just on the Crystal Serenity World Cruise Gala event, and we brought on the producers and the writers for the Mrs. Doubtfire that will be on Broadway. And literally, they were on the 7-day cruise previous to our World Gala. And guess what? They were doing the score for the Mrs. Doubtfire Broadway musical. And our guest on World Cruise Gala got to hear from them how they put the music together, and they got to hear the performer sing for the first time. Literally, she had the scripts in front of her and the notes in front of her and the score in front of her and the piano player, and it was just, I mean, people got goosebumps because I got to tell you, it was spectacular. So think of these gorgeous voyages on the Serenity and Symphony for these Crystal on Broadways. And then we have Crystal Wine and Food. Dare I say more, okay? Culinary is incredible. Choice is very critical. The feedback and the research shows at the level of luxury, or at this level of luxury, choice takes on a deeper meaning. It's self-actualization. So for affluent guests and people, choices are meant to set them apart. So to choose where and how to travel and all the many daily experiences available is really deeply fulfilling. So the luxury of choice is about far more than simply having choices. It's about the art of living, and wine and food and culinary is very much part of that. And when you talk about the Monaco Grand Prix, talk about a life list, okay? I did this last year on the Serenity, and it was beyond thrilling. It is a thrilling peek into the world of Formula One auto racing with premium viewing at the incredible Monaco Grand Prix. We still have space available on Ocean on the Serenity, Barcelona round trip, just 6 days. Look at that price point. I mean, you have got to get in there and make this happen for your guests. If you have anybody who has this as one of those life lists that they want to do it, this is what they're passionate about, I would be serving up the 6-day voyage or the 8-day voyage on the gorgeous Esprit for under $10,000 round trip from Nice. I mean, you are right in the backyard. This is a spectacular, spectacular experience. And I want to talk about these things again, right? Because of who we are at Crystal, the then and now forever luxury innovator, we are a creative force behind some of the world's best experiences, whether it's these culinary, wine and food fest, whether it's Crystal Broadway, on Broadway, or Monaco Grand Prix. Our brand has really truly led. Now and then we're completely innovating. We continue to innovate because the leader is the company that creates the dream, and that has been the company core truth at Crystal for years. The category is in flux. That's luxury. Our culture is luxury travel is the expression of a life loved and lived. Our consumer is the ultimate purpose of travel is their journey. Our connection to them is the story that sparks their journeys as part of our brand campaign, Crystal, where luxury is personal. So we're telling personal stories. And the leader is the company that creates a dream. That's us. We have been now and then the innovator in the luxury space. And before I introduce Crystal Endeavor, right, I want to talk about, so I already, we talk about crystallizing, what does it mean to be crystallized? Our guests talk about this. Society members talk about it all the time. To be crystallized is you think it, you imagine it, you dream it, and then there it is, it's crystallized. It's brought to life in front of your eyes, whether it's the culinary with delicate flavors, its unforgettable views, their favorite drink, the way they like it, the space to relax, where time melts away, every whim is taken care of. Everything your clients want, they're crystallized. Because for us, luxury truly is personal. So when I talk about time for Crystal Crystal time is richer than anywhere else in the world. When I talk to our society members about crystal space, it's their space to expand. No other luxury brand has the space that we do. When we talk about discovery, Crystal Discovery gives our clients, your clients, our guests, a map to anywhere their curiosity takes them. And when we talk about choice in crystal, in our verbiage, crystal choice is a tribute to their mastery of life. This is what they've told us. So it has led, all roads lead to our new crystal endeavor and our entry into the expedition market with Crystal Endeavor debuting August 8th of 2020. We are bringing luxury to expedition. Nobody else has it. We're very proud of it because I got to tell you, nobody has what this expedition brand is delivering. Very, very exciting. So some quick updates on our latest ship to debut, August of 2020. That's just a little over a year away. You're going to be exploring the heart of nature in extraordinary comfort and luxury. It's all suite accommodations, 100 suites, 200 guests. It's among the largest and most spacious in expedition cruising. Okay, every suite and penthouse on board is a statement of ingenuity, featuring high-tech amenities and the discreet attentiveness of their own personal butler. There are 4 accommodation types: our expedition suite, our owner suite, our expedition penthouse, 2 penthouse suites, 96 deluxe suites. So we're going to talk about this incredible Michelin-inspired cuisine on board. Crystal, 6 dining options, unheard of in expedition. And by the way, Prego is what we have on Ocean, which is our Italian restaurant on board. Amazing. So award-winning chefs are going to cross the same cuisine with passionate perfection on expedition. Really, just awaken your inner gourmet. That's what I like to talk about. All-inclusive dining and open seating in every venue, expert wine sommeliers, and an endless pour of acclaimed vintages and premium spirits. 6 dining venues, and did I tell you Nobu has agreed to be on our expedition brand? And then when I talk about the public spaces, right? Soft earth tones, vibrant shades of blue, accentuating contemporary spaces for relaxation and entertainment. So again, they're going to discover expansive views from this yacht's 2-story glass enclosed solarium. Day into night, relax into the ultra modern. It's an indoor retreat complete with a swimming pool, jacuzzi, and breathtaking views. And then the Palm Court. It's a staple on all of our brands, and it'll be here as well. So you'll have the Palm Court, the Solarium, the Expedition Lounge, our Crystal Cove. We talk about the Crystal Cove because it really is the heart of the brand on every brand, whether it's ocean, river, yacht, and expedition. And then, of course, I want to mention just Crystal Diamond Class because a lot of you are, okay, Carmen, I appreciate that you went out and in 2 years built a Crystal River brand with 5 new river ships. I appreciate that you've reimagined and evolved the Symphony and Serenity, which is our core competency. That's how we started almost 29 years ago. I'm a lover of the ocean. Been in almost 38 years. We're in the happiness business. And by the way, there's not a bad cruise out there. Highest customer satisfaction of any vacation is cruising. Whether it's a luxury brand, a premium brand, there is a brand, contemporary brand for your clients. Put them on a cruise. You cannot go wrong. But our Crystal Diamond Class will debut in 2022, and it will be our next ocean-going vessels. So we're very proud. Stay tuned. More coming this year on Crystal Diamond Class. We did announce that it's smaller than we originally did, so we're very excited. And then I just want to talk about some selling tools for you, because at the end of the day, it's about making your life easy. And there's a guide for each of our experiences, just so you know. We have selling guides for ocean, river, and yacht, and which tells you, it does that exercise, it compares to other brands and it compares to other experiences. So we have that available. Also, our Partner Research Center, it is your single stop for all the world of crystal. Everything is there. You can visit Cruise Builder to manage existing reservations or to create new ones. There's a robust media library. There's promotional flyers. And of course, we have this great partnership with Sprout Loud Marketing Services. So you can have customized ads, flyers, even have all of this stuff shipped to your offices or your home if you're working from home. We have all our advisor forms. You can request brochures, and you can get to our Crystal Academy. So we do have our Travel Academy. These guides are amazing. We have them on Ocean, River, Esprit, Endeavor, and we even created one for groups, charters, and in 7. So guides to selling groups, We believe charter is smarter. And when you think about river and the yacht, they're having great success on the charter mode. Then we created this value collection because, again, in being personal and making it easy, it's not one size fits all, but one size fits one. And I understand that what you do is very difficult. You have a lot of suppliers that are biting for your time. So I wanted to make sure that you know exactly that we've got these value collections that are going to show you a comprehensive list of 2019-20 voyages by ocean, river, and yacht. Consumer offers, we're back to our book now savings. As a matter of fact, at the end of February, effective March 1, all brand, ocean, river, yacht expedition, everybody's on the same book now cycle. We're back to 60 days. So you're guaranteed price integrity for 60 days. So go forth, promote with confidence. We won't increase the pricing, but at the end of the cycle, rates will go up. So I always say, get in it now before the 28th of February because then March 1 rates will go up across all of the brand experiences. We still have fantastic solo fares available. So every brand has solo fares available to them, okay? So visit the Partner Research Center. You'll get the details and our solo programs. And of course, our themed cruises, our solo fares, and then of course, advisor offers. You know, our tour conductors for you, shipboard credits. What is it that we offer to make your life easy? And then when we look at promotional opportunities. We just came out with this program, call it our wave offer, so to speak, because we rebranded. It's called Crystal Flex Fares. So these are guaranteed savings in select category groups while space is still available. So we're offering it on the ocean and the river. On ocean, it's Ocean View and Deluxe Veranda. These are available. If you're not signed up to Crystal Spotlight with Carmen, those go out every Wednesday. It includes our very best value collections, and this will tell you these price points are amazing. Just know that there is no stateroom assignment. So when they do, you know, you're booking your clients on select 2019 November river cruises also available. So we've got some really great offers for you. So these are the best available river fares. So this is only for November. We have a differential between our society fares and our non-crystal society fares. So this promo will end 28 February. So at the end of February, we will remove the best available river fares. But let me tell you, this has had tremendous pick. This will not last. I guarantee it. Book early, book now. And we've just added some new dates on November 18th on the Danube with Crystal Mozart. So it's an absolutely phenomenal offer. And then book now savings I mentioned at the beginning. We're back. Incredible savings on ocean, river, and yacht. And then March 1, we start with prices going up. So I highly recommend you look at this. And then low solo fares. Ocean fares start at 130. River start from as little as 125 and yachts at 150. And then we're very social. So hopefully you are part of our Crystal blog. Follow us on Facebook. I'm even tweeting, if you can imagine that. Excellent. All of our YouTube assets are available on Partner Resource Center. And then I'm going to try to get to some live questions in the last 4 minutes we have. I normally do this very quickly, but we do have a sales support at crystalcruises.com. You can access our Partner Resource Center, email sales support, and we can tell you who your strategic business development manager is. So we ensure that if you're raising your hand and you want to partner with Crystal, we are here to partner with you. It would be our absolute pleasure. We want to be a pleasure to do business with, and really at Crystal, luxury is personal. So it's about being able to serve you as you want to be served. So I want to make sure I can take some of these questions and hopefully, okay, the first one's I registered for Partner Resource Center some time ago and my sign-on works, but it requires a registration key that I never received. Okay, who can I talk to about to get that key? So please email sales support at crystalcruises.com and we will make sure that we get it to you. Okay, so that any questions you have about Partner Research Center, the marketing team can get in and the sales team can get in there as well. Another question is, where can we find more training on Crystal and how to market based on class and types of cruise? Is there a cruise category that would be best marketed to families? Yes, absolutely. So I'll tell you, Jasmine, on that. Our Partner Research Center will get you to our TAU, our Travel Agent University. We say advisor now, not agent. I want everybody to know, but that's the way the Travel Agent University is branded, so I have to call them by their name, but it's the Crystal Academy. So we do in-depth modules for ocean, river, yacht expedition, and even Crystal Air. So I recommend that you go there to take that particular training. By the way, you can pick up where you left off, so you don't have to do the complete module in one shot. You can do it at your leisure, which is really important. And then Really get in there, email sales support. We'll tell you who our strategic business development manager is, because we have a lot of data and research that went into this new brand campaign. That's available to us. We have these market insights that'll help you. But for the family market, I'll tell you, the family market, we just created these incredible suites on both Symphony and Serenity that connect. So they have a hallway. I was just on Serenity, as I mentioned, during the holidays, and we had a lot of families, and they loved it because they could close one main hallway door and keep the two stateroom doors open so families can connect, and not connecting through a wall, but connecting literally through door to door access. And it was open and it was very, very comfortable. So, is there a specialist certification program? That's the next question. Yes, that certification program, I would say, is our Crystal Academy. So, I highly recommend go to Partner Resource Center in front of you and make sure that you get onto the center and take our Travel Agent University. Are there extra charges for spa services? Yes, Catherine, they are. So if you do massages or facials, but they're well worth it, by the way. And we do use Steiner's in our ocean going, and then we run our own life spas on river and yacht. Assuming the prices are USD. Kelly, the price for cruises are in USD. You might have noticed there was vintage on river was in euros, because when your guests go on river, it is euros on the river for the actual brand experience there. But the pricing to purchase the river cruise and any of our cruises are in US dollars. Okay, next question, because we're right at the hour. I assume there's a Crystal University. What is the TA login, and do you offer discounted rates fam trips? So that's our last question. That comes from Christy. Christy, yes, Crystal University available through our Partner Resource Center. It's the Travel Agent University, and we do have TA. Anything you need, sales support is where you need to go to. But we do have discounted travel partner best fares, as well as host fam trips. We host them on the ocean. We have one upcoming on the river, and we've even done them on the Esprit in the West Indies. So with that, I took the last question. I want to thank everybody for their wonderful attention. Thank you for your support of Crystal. We really are a very personable brand, and we're at your service to help you grow your Crystal and your luxury business. Anna, thank you, and thank all our CLIA advisors for attending.
Thank you
Should
so
we
much.
pick a winner? Are you going to pick a winner, Anna?
Well, I have picked a winner. Do you want me to announce that right now?
Please do. Don't they want to know? I would.
Yeah, I would too. All right, if we want to do, if everyone just wants to imagine a drum roll really quickly,
I
our
could
winner
drum
is
roll on my desk. Boom.
perfect. Our winner is Mimi Ochter. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Mimi. So we will reach out to you with details about your win. Congratulations. And I do want to
Congratulations,
thank
me.
everyone for attending. I do want to say that this was recorded. It'll be up on CLIA Global, which is our YouTube channel, and I want to make sure that everyone knows all of the questions that we didn't get to, I will send over to Carmen and her team. So you'll be getting some answers very quickly, I assume.
Fantastic. Thank you. Have a crystal clear selling day, everyone.
All right, bye. Thank you.